Hello, I'm Stephanie Dawson, the director of the Miller Center for Student Disability Services, and I'm here to talk to you about the future of disability access and pride at Miami. To get started, I'd like to play a little game. It's a game that you may or may not be familiar with. It's called Never Have I Ever. So the way this works is you're going to start out by giving yourself 5 points. You can use your hand to keep score, pen and paper, or an electronic device, whatever works best for you. I'm going to say a series of 5 statements, and if you have engaged in the behavior that I describe in this statement, you will take away a point. So we'll start with a little practice round. Never have I ever frowned at something I did not like. If you have frowned at something that you did not like before, you're going to take away a point, as I just did. Chances are we all took away a point, and if not, well, you're probably lying, and that's okay. So let's go ahead and get into our prime time round. So reset those points, 5 points, and I'm going to say a series of 5 statements. Once again, if you've ever engaged in the behavior, you will take a point away. Never have I ever gone to a meeting and only taken hard copy paper handouts, assuming everyone could read the information in that format. Never have I ever met someone for the first time and talked to them with my back or face turned away from them, assuming they could hear everything that I was saying. Never have I ever given someone multiple instructions verbally, assuming that they would remember every detail in the exact order. Never have I ever had someone talk to me in a baby talk voice because they assumed that I wasn't smart because of my outward appearance. Never have I ever had someone that I love or care for have their daily life impacted by a medical, physical, or psychological disability. Most likely, you took away at least 1 point during that round of never have I ever. And that is because there are 2 universal or nearly universal truths that impact us all. The first is that we have all knowingly or unknowingly engaged in ableism, prejudice or discrimination against people with disability. No matter what, we, again, have knowingly or unknowingly engaged in or been on the receiving end of ableism. The other truth is that disability concerns us all. Each and every day, whether we're a person with a disability, someone that we love is managing a disability, or we're interacting with all of the diverse people and beings in the world, we are impacted by disability and engaging with disability on a daily basis. It's also important to know that disabled people and people with disabilities are the world's largest minority group, and they are also responsible for leading some of the most impactful civil rights movements and technological innovations of our time. Additionally, it's important to know that over 10% of Miami's student body are affiliated with Student Disability Services, and it's estimated that upwards of 15 to 20% of the student body is managing a medical, physical, or psychological disability. Additionally, we should know that medical and psychological disabilities are the fastest growing disability categories among Miami students. And if we know these truths and we know these facts, we must think differently, boldly, and envision a new future with greater disability access and pride at Miami. The way that we do that is by focusing on 3 key priority areas. The first, enhancing responsive service delivery. The second, increasing opportunities for organic community building. And we must center disability justice in all that we do throughout the institution. Enhancing responsive service delivery is first about our students. We must center the student in everything we do, and we must know our students. What do they want? How do they want to engage in both digital and physical spaces? What are ways that we can further streamline services and make things efficient so that students can easily get services, accommodations, and access needs met? Additionally, we must understand who are our partners inside the institution and also externally, making sure that we're leveraging our talent in information technology through partners like our Access MU team, making sure that we're understanding the tutoring, coaching, counseling services that students have access to, and that we're partnering with our academic affairs institutional members such as faculty, part-time faculty, and we're understanding what do they need to know how to create a more inclusive and accessible learning experience in the classroom. And we do all this while embracing cutting-edge technologies that can bring us forth into a new dawn. It's easy for students to take notes and record things on their phone with a mobile app with new technology such as the Note-Taking Express app. We make it easy for students to record their notes, upload them, and get them back in a matter of 24 hours simply while using their mobile device. We must do more of this as we move towards the future. Additionally, students want to connect with other students. And this is where the best ideas and experiences are shared and created. And we do this through creating engaging physical and digital spaces where students can come together, get to know each other as individuals, discuss the new ideas that they have generating and simmering in their minds, and then work together to create new innovations that can help Miami continue to be a leader in the area of disability access and inclusion. So we, as you can see here, we do that in physical space. We celebrate artwork that's created by people with disabilities. We create a cozy atmosphere for students to have organic conversations. We take pride in our Students with Disabilities Advisory Council, and we listen to student-led access initiatives. What do students want, and what are they critiquing about the environment around us so that we can make it more accessible and inclusive? More of that is what we need as we move towards the future. And centering disability justice is key. There are 10 principles of disability justice, 3 of which we are going to focus on. Leadership of the most impacted. What are ways here at Miami that we can ensure that people with disabilities are not just members of our community, but they're the decision makers of our community? They're the ones with power and authority that have some of our best ideas and lead some of our best projects. Let us continue to look for opportunities to place disabled people in positions of power and authority. Let us also recognize that each individual Miamian brings their unique self, and that diversity is what makes the fabric of this institution vibrant and lively, and it must be celebrated in addition to celebrating those more impactful contributions by people with disabilities, such as what it means to organize a major civil rights movement where you're bringing multiple constituents together. And we must also understand that we work collectively to envision a future of more disability access and inclusion at Miami. When we work collectively towards a more inclusive Miami, that is truly the essence of love and honor. So one thing's for sure, we can all agree that we are living in a time like no other. We are living in a time of revolution. And in the words of Mia Mingus, the revolution will be accessible, or it's no revolution at all. Love and honor.